Hi, welcome to Tap Tech. When the DJI Mini Neo was first released, I wasn't very impressed. I looked at it mainly from an image quality and performance point of view. At first, it didn't meet my expectations. But after using it for over 2 months now, my opinion has completely changed. I've used it to film landscapes, track moving subjects, and even flown it using the DJI goggles and motion controller. It's safe to say this little drone has surprised me. Today, I want to share my full thoughts on the DJI Mini Neo. I'll walk you through the good and the bad. I'll also talk about the new features that were added through firmware updates and how they improved the drone. Hopefully, by the end, you'll know whether this drone is the right one for you. Let's start with price. This is where the DJI Mini Neo truly shines. At just $199 or around £169, it's one of the most affordable drones on the market. And with that price, it makes drone flying more accessible to more people. You don't need to spend hundreds or thousands to start flying and capturing great shots. That's a huge plus. I think this drone is a great way to get into the world of drones without spending a lot. In fact, that's one of the main reasons I've grown to like it so much. It's fun. It's simple. It gets the job done. I never thought I would enjoy using it as much as I have. But because it's so small and easy to carry, I've been using it more than my other, more expensive drones. One thing I really appreciate is how tough it is. This drone is built to handle crashes. The gimbal is protected inside the frame. The propellers are covered with clip-on guards. This design helps the drone survive bumps and falls. Over the past few months, I've crashed it many times. I've flown it into trees, walls, and even dropped it on the ground. It still works perfectly. I haven't even needed to replace the props. Just a few small scratches here and there. That tells me it's built really well. Now let's talk about the camera. This is one of the downsides. The image quality isn't the best. At launch, I was very critical of this. The footage was too sharp, and in low light, it looked grainy. But again, when you remember the price, it starts to make more sense. For basic content, like social media posts or quick YouTube videos, the footage is fine. If you're only viewing on your phone, it looks even better. One feature that was missing at launch was vertical video. That didn't make sense to me, especially since this drone is clearly aimed at social media users. But DJI listened to feedback and added vertical shooting in an update. Now you can shoot in 9:16 directly in the camera settings. This is great for TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts. Just know that this is a digital crop, so the footage is only 1080p in vertical mode. The drone's camera has a 1/2 inch sensor and an f/2.8 aperture. That means it needs good lighting to capture clear footage. On sunny days, the video looks decent. But on cloudy days or during sunrise and sunset, the footage can get noisy. In low light, the image becomes soft and grainy. If video quality is very important to you, I would recommend looking at the DJI Mini 4 Pro instead. But there's also the issue of sharpness. By default, the footage is too sharp. If you're flying with a controller, you can adjust this in the settings. Lowering the sharpness makes the video look more natural. But if you're flying with just your phone, you can't change this setting, at least not yet. Hopefully, DJI will fix that in a future update. If you want to get the best image quality from this drone, I suggest checking out my settings guide. I go over every option you should tweak for different conditions. Whether you're filming in bright sunlight, flying manually, or using smart shots, my guide can help you get better footage. Now let's talk about ease of use. This is where the DJI Mini Neo really stands out. It's one of the simplest drones I've ever used. It can fly fully on its own using smart shots. You don't even need a controller. This makes it perfect for beginners. There's no learning curve. You just launch and go. And because it's so quick to set up, you find yourself using it more often. If you're out exploring or traveling, this drone is great for capturing spontaneous moments. Larger drones can be a hassle to carry and set up. But with the Mini Neo, you just pull it out, connect your phone, and fly. It makes the whole experience smooth and enjoyable. Another thing I love is the flexibility in how you can fly it. You can use your smartphone. You can use DJI's traditional controllers like the RC-N2 or RC2. You can use the motion controller. You can even fly FPV using goggles. That's a lot of options for such an affordable drone. It lets you try different flying styles and see what you like best. At first, I wasn't a fan of flying with my smartphone. It felt limited. But over time, I've come to love it. It's just so convenient. No need to pack an extra controller. And with the recent update, the camera preview now works in landscape mode, which makes it much easier to see. It's not perfect, though. The Wi-Fi connection is weak, so range is limited. And there's no return to home feature. That's important to remember. If you lose connection while flying over water, for example, the drone won't come back. It will just hover until the battery dies and then land. That could be a disaster. Now let's talk about flying with goggles and the motion controller. This is where the drone gets really fun. You just point where you want to go, pull the trigger, and fly. It feels like a video game. It's immersive and exciting. DJI released a Motion Fly More combo with 3 batteries, a charging hub, motion controller, and the new goggles Zen 3. I think this is the best combo to buy. The new goggles Zen 3 are also great on their own. They're cheaper than the goggles 3, only $229, but still have a lot of features. They use one 3.5-inch screen instead of 2 OLEDs. That makes them simpler to use. Just put them on and go. No need to adjust lenses or diopters. And they're glasses friendly, which is a big plus. They also have a wide field of view and a soft foam edge that's very comfortable. These goggles come with most of the features you'd expect: built-in battery, defogging, AR cursor, head tracking, and more. They even support live view stabilization. That means you can see smooth, rock-steady footage live in the goggles. You don't have to wait and review it later. That makes flying even better. Let's move on to another con: wind resistance. DJI says the Mini Neo can handle winds up to 8 meters per second. But in real life, it feels like less. It struggles in windy conditions. The footage gets shaky, and the drone moves around a lot. If you're using smart shots, it can sometimes struggle to keep you centered, but tracking itself works well. I like that it follows your path rather than cutting corners. That helps avoid some obstacles, even without real obstacle detection. The tracking is also faster now, thanks to a firmware update. It can follow you at speeds of up to 30 to 35 kilometers per hour. That's fast enough for most activities. The only time it loses you is if you change direction suddenly or run under it. But even then, it picks you up again once you're back in view. Now let's talk about obstacle avoidance. Or rather, the lack of it. This drone doesn't have any. If it flies towards something, it won't stop. That's a big risk. You have to be careful. Even though the drone is durable, you don't want it crashing into people or property. Always keep an eye on it, especially if you're using it to track yourself. Stick to open areas for the safest results. One reason this drone has stayed in my bag is its size. It's tiny. Only 135 grams. And because you don't need a controller, it barely takes up any space. I just leave it in my camera bag all the time. That way, I can pull it out anytime I need a quick shot. It's perfect for travel, hiking, or casual use. The Mini Neo is also very regulation friendly. Because it's under 250 grams and C0 classified, you can fly it in many places without a license. That makes it a smart choice if you travel or want to avoid paperwork. Finally, let's talk about battery life. It's not great, but it's acceptable. On average, I get around 10 to 15 minutes per battery. That's if I'm flying manually. If I'm using smart shots, I can usually get 15 to 20 short clips. It's not as good as bigger drones, but if You have extra batteries, you can still get plenty of flight time. In the end, I don't think the DJI Mini Neo is meant to replace something like the Mini 4 Pro. But it's a fantastic entry-level drone. It's cheap, easy to use, fun to fly, and full of features. If you're new to drones or want something light and quick to use, it's a great option. Even if you already own bigger drones, the Mini Neo is still worth having. It lets you capture shots you might otherwise miss. It's fast to set up. It's small enough to take anywhere. And it adds something new to your camera bag. For content creators, it's also useful. You can capture creative angles and follow shots without needing someone else to fly. That's huge. So, that's my full review of the DJI Mini Neo after 2 months of use. I hope this helped you decide if it's the right drone for you. If you found this useful, please like the video and consider subscribing to Tap Tech. I cover drones, action cameras, gimbals, and everything in between. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.